Hey guys, welcome back to my comedy channel. Alright, now, today I'm going to tell you a story, okay? Now, I live in New York City, and there's a couple of things you need to know about New York City in order for this story to make sense, okay? Number one, our water supply comes from upstate somewhere. I don't know where, but upstate somewhere, right? It is a reservoir that is higher up than New York City, and the water comes down to us by gravity, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, another thing, right? I'm extremely cheap. All right. Yeah, you probably know that already, but that's fine. Okay. So basically, New York City, we got our fair share of huge disasters. Okay. Now, this story takes place in the big blackout in New York City during that hurricane. I don't remember the year, but it was a while ago. Okay. So Lower Manhattan lost all the electricity. Major flooding, subway tunnels flooded up to here and everything. All right. So, my mom, my parents, right? They lived in Chinatown, which is a part of the affected part, right? And they lived in a really tall building of like 40 floors, and they lived on the 21st floor. Now, right? The way New York City works is like if the water you need is higher up than the reservoir, wherever it is upstate, then it must be pumped up into a tank and then gravity brings it back down again. So that's how you get your water. So the power went out, and then there's no water for apartments higher than like 6th floor or 5th floor, whatever it happened to be. They were on the 21st floor. So then my mom calls me. Danny. I said, what? The power went out. I said, yeah, I know. And she goes, we don't have any water. I said, yeah, I'm so sorry about that. And they go, yeah, well, you see, downstairs in the lobby, there is a garden hose where people are getting water from, and they're bringing it upstairs. Can you please come and bring us water, for my mom and dad? And they were elderly at the time. And so I was like, of course, yeah, no problem, right? So I get a big backpack and a bunch of empty containers, and I head down to Chinatown, right? So I got there, all right, I see like people gathering around the little hose they were talking about, filling up the bags of water, and then I'm like, all right, great, right? So then my turn, I filled up all my containers. It was a lot of water, guys. Right, I put it all in my backpack. It must have weighed like 80 pounds, 90 pounds, perhaps even 100 pounds. It was a lot of water because I love my parents, It was a lot of water. And there was no power, so the elevator is out of service, and I have to walk up 21 flights of stairs, okay? So I make it into the building. I say hi to the security guard, he remembers me and everything. Then I go into the stairway, pitch black. Why? Because there's no power, right? I said, oh my God, right? And then I started walking up the stairs, right? Floor by floor. Once in a while, we'd get a little light because someone would leave the door open, and there'll be some sunlight coming in from the window somewhere. So it was like okay every now and then. And then the floor was really wet because other people has been carrying pails and buckets or whatever, and they're walking up the stairs, they'll spill some. So all these wet, slippery stairs, right? So then I walk and I walk. I make it up a few flights, and then I was like, oh, my back, Then I was exhausted, I was sweating. And of course, there's no AC. The power is off, right? And as I'm walking and walking, I had to stop and take a break. Right? There'll be people passing me by with lesser quantities of water. And I'll say, hey, how you doing? Yeah, oh, it's a rough time. Yeah, we know. And they'll go see people coming down. They'll say, oh, they're careful, don't slip on the wet floor. I said, I know, right? So I walk up a few more flights, and then I had to stop and rest again. And I walk up a few more flights, and then by the time I got to like the 15th floor or so, my legs were like jelly, and I can barely stand. It was so much work, right? Then I started grabbing the handrails, right? I put one leg in one leg, and I physically pull myself up with my arms and everything. It was really hard, guys. I have never worked so hard before in my life. Then finally I made it to like the 20th floor, and hope was like getting to my heart, like, yes, I'm almost there. I can make it, I can do it. I finally got up to the 21st floor. Right? My knees were like jello. I was like, oh God, you know, you can't see my knees, but they were like jello, guys. Right? Then I made it all the way to the door and went into the apartment, and the mom's sitting there. Ah, Danny, good boy, good boy. Oh, great, you bring us the water. Oh, good boy, good boy. I said, all right, great, great. You know, I set the water down. And then I grabbed a seat right then and there. I was like exhausted. I couldn't move anything. I couldn't barely talk. And I was just sitting there, and there was no AC in the apartment, you know, because there's no power. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then out of the corner of my eye, you know, because I was like, oh my God, there's no AC. I was looking at the air conditioner mounted beneath the window. And I noticed several cases of Poland Spring water. I walked up to it. I was like, Ma, you have water. It's right over here. You know, do you not know you have it? My mom's like, oh no, we know. You know, I'm like, then why do you tell me to go bring the water from downstairs? She goes, oh, that's the water we had to pay for. And there you have it, guys. That's why I'm extremely cheap. Well, thanks for watching. Have a good one.